recently. We'll see. Should happen soon. Okay, anyway,
Sure.
last side, Mumbai Indians.
Yes.
The
Yeah, Mumbai has
epitome
been.
of
They had one.
epitome
They had
of
one win.
consistency.
They had one win.
Yeah, the epitome of consistency has even been consistent while losing. So 8
Fair enough.
losses back to back. Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan, good at the start, not good anymore. Deval Brevis, one thing I see with him is he can only provide cameos. He can't go all the way. Suryakumar Yadav and Tilak Verma have been the only batsmen who have actually been scoring runs consistently and the way that batsmen are supposed to play. Other than that, Kyan Pollard, Tim David, Daniel Sams, all bad. And Mumbai Indians are the worst
No.
bowling
Yeah, I
lineup.
mean, they dropped. So they dropped
Look
Dual
at
Brevis.
no, just look at the bowling lineup. It's so bad. Bumrah, only one. Basil Thampi, Daniel Sams, Tymel Mills, Riley Meredith, Murugan Ashwin, Mayank Markande, Fabian Allen, Kyron Pollard, whoever you want to add. These can't be your 5 bowlers, right? Or 4 other than Bumrah. You need a proper set of at least 3 to 4 good bowlers with one or two can be like a bit loose, but they're not able to build pressure while they're bowling. And if they don't build pressure, then the other teams build partnerships. And once they build the partnership, they have a strong foundation to attack from. And that's what's like making them fall.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about the how bad MI's batting like the top of their batting is obviously, but you know they have Sky, Tilak Verma. Those two have been the reason they're not 10 and 0. Are they 10? Have they played? No, they played 9.
9.
0 and 9. Yeah, they're the reason. Dual Brevis has been dropped for Tim David. I mean, I don't really this thing. Dual Brevis had like 3 bad games after he hit that 1 or 2 cameo, so they dropped him for Tim David, and Tim David had like a decent cameo, 20 of 9.
The first thing I didn't understand was why they dropped Tim David after 2 games. Okay.
Yeah.
The man, he's playing on Indian pitches for the first time, and you give him 2 games. He's taken apart bowlers in the PSL, in the BBL, in the CPL. Everywhere he goes, he's taken apart bowlers, and he comes to the IPL and you give him 2 games. That's not the Mumbai.
Yeah, they shouldn't have dropped him in the first place, and now they got him. He hit 20 of 9. That's a fairly decent cameo. Daniel Sams, I mean, he's okay. He's had a few good games, a few evilly bad games, like genuinely a couple of genuinely terrible games. And MI beat RR, which probably shows the direction in which RR is headed. But you know, MI's batting was it was cameos from Pollard, from Tim David, that 1-6 from Daniel Sams. All of those are pretty much what won, because MI just won with 4 balls left. But overall, it was a fairly comfortable win for MI, and obviously Sky and Tilak Verma were able to do it. Tilak Verma has been probably one of the best, the best MI batsman, I would say.
So I'm gonna pull a quick RCB line. MI still have a mathematical chance to qualify.
Do they actually?
Yeah, they do. They have a mathematical chance to qualify.
How is this possible? They have.
Well, they win 5, they go on 6 wins.
That's 12 points.
Loses. So, okay. So they get to 12 points. SRH, PBKS, RCB. I don't think they can beat. Like they can win, but SRH and RCB, one of them has to win. So MI has to qualify on net run rate, right? So then GT, LSG, RR win all their games.
Yeah.
MI win all their games. The rest others make each other lose. So that MI, like everyone like has 12 points and MI has the best run rate, then they qualify.
Yeah, MI's run rate is negative 0.8. SRH's run rate is plus 0.4.
Yeah, they're not going to qualify, but they have a mathematical chance, and that's why it's a very RCB term. Okay, anyway, just to end this on, if you look at the points table, I think it's pretty evident, right? One thing that stands out, even with a few exceptions, whoever did well at the auction is doing well here, right?
Yeah.
Lucknow Super Giants, according to me, had the best auction. They're second in the points table. I said that at the start also. They had an amazing auction, well-rounded team. They went for who they wanted. They bought it. Delhi had a spectacular auction, according to me. They're mid-table right now, but I think that's because of a lot of things that are not in their control. Their best
like the COVID.
Their 2 best batsmen. COVID, yes. A lot of their players got COVID. So
Yeah, I think
Delhi
like
is
4
losing
players got COVID. Yeah.
because of things not in their control. I'm not going to blame them for that. Then I'm going to go down to CSK MI. Worst auctions.
No, no,
CSK
I would
had
no, no. I would still say SRH had the worst auction.
no. I'll tell you why I wouldn't say that. Okay,
Why?
because CSK downright had the worst auction because they went into the batting this thing like the batting. They went with the batting looking like Ruturaj Conway. Conway has never played in India. Ruturaj has had one good season being a main batsman. Moin Ali, who's only ever played solid cameos for them. Then they went into Dubey, who has never had a good IPL season his entire life. Ambati Raidu, who was on and off last season. Dhoni, who didn't know how to bat until this season. Ravindra Jadeja, okay, who was their main, who was technically the like one of the most experienced players there in the finishing role because Dhoni wasn't performing. And then they just went down with no one else. And then their bowling with Deepak Chahar injured. Bravo, a 40-year-old, Pretorius, never performed in the IPL before. Mukesh Chaudhary, no one's heard his name. Theekshana, done well, but not proven in the big stages. So they had quite a bad auction. And if you see Mumbai just they wanted two players, and they think those two players can win them the IPL. That's what it looked like.
Mumbai's bowling was auction in the auction was just terrible.
And the bowling auction strategy was shit because they wanted Jofra Archer. And I call that a master stroke. At the start of the like when we were recording, I call that a master stroke.
Yeah.
I now call it the dumbest move made by any franchise in the history of IPL, right? Because they saved 10 plus crores for Jofra Archer, even though they got it for 8. We knew they were saving that much. They weren't able to buy any other bowler. And Tymel Mills and Riley Meredith can't fill that hole. Now, even if Jofra Archer was playing in this side, Mumbai still have a shit bowling lineup.
No, I mean, I agree that MI's bowling lineup isn't great. Timer Mills has been doing fairly well though, but he didn't even play the last game against RR. So I mean, yeah, terrible auction overall for MI. But I mean, even SRH's middle order was reliable. Like the reliability of the middle order sort of hinged on Nicholas Pooran doing well, and he's only done well in like a couple of matches. SRH didn't have a great auction. I would say MI, SRH, and CSK had the worst auctions.
See, I'll tell you about SRH. Okay, so this is start also. SRH has a wild card team. Their bowling is perfect. Okay,
their bowling is incredible.
Bhuvaneshwar, Umran Malik, Natarajan, Washington Sundar, now Jansen or Ramal Shepherd. Their bowling is perfect. Okay, and the batting was wild cards. Okay, and those wild cards have come out well for them. They've worked out for them, right?
That's fair enough. Abhishek Sharma has been doing well.
Yeah, Abhishek Sharma has performed. Rahul Tripathi has done very well. I actually expected Tripathi to do well, but one person can't carry, right? Surprisingly, Pooran and Markram have done so well, like better than my expectations. They've been to an extent. One of them has performed basically, right? So
yeah,
their wildcards have shown like performed well. If Williamson performs well, I think they can like seriously win because if Williamson plays his 70 of 45 innings, so he can do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Finish.
No, I think we're done, right? So
yeah, but one more thing before we leave, and Rehan.